It was a quiet Sunday evening in the small town of Brookhaven, Ohio. The kind of town where nothing ever really happened. Neighbors knew each other by name, doors were often left unlocked, and crime was something people only saw on TV. But on October 14, 2018, that illusion was shattered. Because that night, 26-year-old Emily Carter vanished without a trace. Emily Carter was known as kind, responsible, and careful. She worked as a nurse at Brookhaven General Hospital, often taking late shifts. Her life was simple, routine, predictable, and maybe that's why what happened next made no sense at all. That evening, Emily had just finished dinner at her apartment. She called her younger sister Jessica like she always did. They talked for about 12 minutes. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming, just normal conversation. But just before hanging up, Emily said something strange. She said, "Someone keeps calling me from a blocked number. It's been happening all day." Jessica laughed it off. Probably just a spam call. Emily agreed. But minutes later, the phone rang again. Unknown number. Blocked caller ID. And this time Emily picked up. That was the last time anyone ever heard from her. The next morning, Emily didn't show up for work. At first, her co-workers weren't too worried. Maybe she was sick. Maybe she overslept. But by noon, concern turned into fear. Because Emily never missed work. Ever. Her phone went straight to voicemail. Her sister drove to her apartment. The door was unlocked. Inside, everything looked normal. No signs of struggle, no broken furniture, no forced entry. But Emily's phone was gone. And so was Emily. Police were called immediately. At first, they suspected a voluntary disappearance. But that theory didn't last long, because Emily had left behind everything. Her wallet, her purse, even her car was still parked outside. And then came the detail that changed everything. Her neighbors reported hearing something the night before. A loud knock on her door around 9:30 p.m., followed by silence. Detectives pulled phone records, and what they found was disturbing. Emily had received 17 calls that day, all from a blocked number, no caller ID, no trace, no origin, just nothing. And the final call, the one she answered, lasted exactly 46 seconds. Days turned into weeks. Search teams combed nearby woods, lakes, and abandoned buildings. Nothing, no body, no clues, no evidence. It was as if Emily had simply vanished into thin air. Then a break in the case. 3 weeks later, a gas station clerk came forward. He said he remembered Emily. He had seen her the night she disappeared, but she wasn't alone. She was standing outside the store, talking to someone in a dark pickup truck. The security camera footage confirmed it. At 9:42 p.m., Emily walked out of frame and got into that truck, and that was the last time she was ever seen. Police enhanced the footage. The license plate was barely visible, but not completely unreadable. After days of analysis, they got a partial match. The truck was traced to a man named Daniel Reeves, age 38, local contractor. No serious criminal record, but neighbors described him as quiet, distant, and sometimes aggressive. When police questioned Daniel, he denied everything. He claimed he had never met Emily, said he was home that night, alone. But something didn't add up, because when they searched his phone records, they found something chilling. Multiple calls to Emily's number, all made using a call masking app, blocked, untraceable. Daniel was brought in for further questioning, but without a body, without direct evidence, police couldn't hold him. And just like that, their prime suspect walked free. Months passed, then a year. Emily's case slowly faded from headlines, but her family never gave up. They kept searching, kept hoping, kept waiting. Then, 2 years later, a hunter made a horrifying discovery in a wooded area 40 miles away. Human remains, buried shallow, partially exposed. Dental records confirmed it. It was Emily Carter. The autopsy revealed the truth. Emily had been strangled, most likely, within hours of her disappearance. Police reopened the case immediately. With new evidence, they went back to Daniel Reeves. This time they searched his property again. And this time, they found something. A piece of fabric, buried in his backyard. It matched the shirt Emily was wearing the night she disappeared. That was enough. Daniel Reeves was arrested. And this time, he couldn't talk his way out. During interrogation, he finally broke. He confessed. He had seen Emily at the hospital weeks earlier. Became obsessed, started calling her over and over. Watching her, waiting, and that night, he went to her apartment, knocked on her door, and when she opened it, he forced his way inside. Emily fought back, but it wasn't enough. In 2022, Daniel Reeves was sentenced to life in prison without parole. But for Emily's family, Justice didn't bring peace, because the question still remains. What if she never answered that call? Sometimes, the most dangerous threats don't come from strangers in the dark. They come from someone who's been watching you all along.